momentarily. But a British woman who was able to have breast implants. Looking at the photograph, I mean, she went maxed out maybe. I don't know if she's got double D or whatever these things are. But she got the National Health Service to pay for her breast implants. Now, I don't know, there is no medical reason for needing really large breasts. There might be a aesthetic reason. Some women might want really large breasts. Some men might find them appealing. So I can see why some women might want those really large breasts. But I don't understand the medical necessity. She was a young woman. I don't think she had it wasn't even like reconstructive surgery like it was Angelina Jolie, and she had a mastectomy. She is 23 years old, so somehow she was able to get free breast implants. This is the problem when you have, government-provided health care. But now, apparently, she's unhappy with her large breasts. She says that men are treating her like a sex object. Well, gee, what do you know about that? She says that she doesn't like the attention she's getting, maybe some of the whistles or the cat calls, and she's even having a harder time getting modeling jobs because in some cases her breasts are just too large to be a model. Most fashion models don't have, really big breasts. Maybe, I don't know, Kate Upton might be one that does, but most of them are pretty thin. So if you wanted to be a fashion model, I don't know why you would want these super large breasts. But now somehow she wants the British government to pay to remove the implants, make them smaller, and then reimplant them. So she wants another breast job paid by. No, when are people going to see the absurdity of this when it comes to health care? President Obama wants to turn it into a right. I mean, pretty soon, the pursuit of happiness is going to mean the pursuit of large breasts. I mean, why should small-breasted women be denied happiness? Why should the husbands or boyfriends of small-breasted women be denied larger breasts if that's what makes them happy, right? This is all this can be boiled down to pursuit of happiness, which brings me to these President Obama quotes from the 4th of July and Nancy Pelosi and everybody trying to say that, that we are expanding on the principles of the founders by coming up with all sorts of free things that the government can give away. We're not expanding on their principles. We are destroying their principles. We are just, we're tearing them apart, and we're recreating a country that is the opposite of what the founders envisioned. But here's President Obama. I'm going to play this little sound. This is from Independence Day, and we should rename Independence Day because there really is no independence in America anymore. But anyway, listen to President Obama, again, with his revisionist version of what it means to be an American and the Founding Fathers. Here, cut number 7.
They fought a revolution. Few would have bet on their side to win. But for the first of many times to come, America proved the doubters wrong. And now, 237 years later, the United States, this improbable nation, is the greatest in the world. A land of liberty and opportunity. A global defender of peace and freedom. A beacon of hope to people everywhere who cherish those ideals.
We don't even defend freedom in our own country. We're attacking freedom. We're not a land of liberty or opportunity. The liberty's gone. The opportunities have been diminished by this president and by prior presidents. We were the greatest country in the world. We're not anymore. We're the greatest military power in the world. I grant you that. But as far as entrepreneurship, as far as standard of living, we're not. As far as individual liberty, nowhere close. And we do have a standard of living that is disproportionate to our productivity. That's all about to change. But we don't have as high a standard of living as we had decades ago. We have already reached our peak, and we are now going downhill. The president doesn't understand this. Here's a little bit more of what he had to say. Cut number 8.
Generations of Americans made our country what it is today. Farmers and teachers, engineers and laborers, entrepreneurs and elected leaders. People from all walks of life, from all parts of the world, all pulling in the same direction. And now we, the people, must make their task our own, to live up to the words of that Declaration of Independence and secure liberty and opportunity for our own children and for future generations.
You see, the way the government secures liberty is by securing our freedom. It's by, and it's government is now taking away our liberty, taking away our freedoms. That is the problem. The founding fathers created government to make sure that things like Obamacare never happened. See, that they were trying to protect us from tyranny. Right? A tyrant would do something like this. What President Obama wants to do, that's the kind of tyranny that the founding fathers were trying to prevent when they created a government to secure our liberties. That meant to secure our liberties from the things that tyrants would do, like the things that President Obama wants to do. All the things that he thinks have made our country great over the last, 40 or 50 years are the things that are the reason why our country is no longer the great country that it once was, because we have destroyed the liberties that our founders tried to secure, because now the government is a threat, because the Constitution no longer binds them. And of course, they're all talking about all this new created rights, free health care, or whatever kind of rights they want to conjure up out of thin air, and these special privileges that they want to bestow to the people who vote for them. That is what the Constitution was written to prevent. And the way you become happy and prosperous is not by relying on government to give it to you, but just relying on your own abilities to produce things without having to worry about government getting in your way, or without having to worry about somebody stealing from you, because the government is going to secure and protect your liberties. Instead, it's the government that's stealing from you. Who's going to protect us from the government? It's not really the criminal that we have to fear as much as the government itself, because we now have a criminal government that steals more from us on a daily basis than any criminal possibly could, assuming that we were living in a world of anarchy.